Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Mark with the My Front Range Living team, and we are talking today about tips for moving out of state. So many of you have reached out to us via this YouTube channel, and you have been moving here from out of state. Some of you out of country, and we so appreciate that. And it got us to thinking, well, maybe we could give them some tips to try and help get you here more effectively. We've had so much experience with so many people moving from out of state that we think this is a pretty good list, and we're going to start with number one. If you have kids, and a lot of you do, if you have kids, it's going to be super important to figure out school districts. So you can go to greatschools.org, you can go to niche.com. There's so many different ways to research schools. And specifically for Colorado Springs, it's important to take a look too at newer schools that may not have ratings. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about that here in just a second. But schools are a big deal. Take a look at what schools may fit your criteria best. Maybe you want the highest rank. Maybe you want the most money coming in from the government. Maybe you want the most grants. Maybe whatever you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for the hockey team, the baseball team, whatever it is, greatschools.org is going to help you out. Now, for those newer homes that may not have ratings, we recommend number two, getting on local social media accounts and things along the lines of, for like example, here in Colorado Springs, word of mouth, Colorado Springs. They have the 411 for the 719. Solid name. I like that. There's different moms groups, moms 719, so on and so forth. You can find out a lot of different information. You can ask questions in those forums. You can say, hey, what do you think about this? Now, it's important when you go that route that you understand there are going to be opinions, good and bad, both ways, and you're just going to have to take that information, take a look at how it meets your criteria, and move forward accordingly. Now, when you pick a school district, you will notice that it's going to impact the price of your home potentially. So another step that we ask you to take is take a look at your budget and then take a look at reality. Okay, it may just happen to be that you need to choice into those schools. When you look from out of state, it's important to understand what you're paying for a home wherever you're coming from versus what you're paying to where you're going can vary pretty dramatically. So make sure that you're taking a realistic look at your budget and your expectations. And then try and match those up, and then you'll be able to move forward accordingly. Now, number three, and this is pretty practical. I like this one. It's a parts or a cord box. Whenever you're going out of town, it's like maybe you have your charging cords. Maybe you have all the different plug-ins that you need for your electronic devices to keep you connected to everybody. Maybe you need the socket set. Maybe you need different things to put all your furniture together. So think of things like that that you may need while you're traveling that you may not have access to in your pod or your moving truck or your trailer. Think toilet paper, a roll of paper towels if you want. Something along those lines. Keep that accessible, and that way you'll always have it nearby, and it keeps it pretty convenient. So keep an idea of what you would put in your parts or your cord box. I think that's a great one. Number four, vet the moving company that you're going to use. This is a giant one, and it ties back into number two in the social media accounts. That's another great place to ask questions. Hey, who did you use for your out-of-state move when you came to wherever it is you're going? But take a look at those reviews. You can go on the Better Business Bureau, you can go on Facebook, you can go on Google, you can go on Yelp. There's so many different avenues for you to go out and take a look at different reviews for different moving companies. See which one best fits your criteria and what you're looking for, and get after it. Maybe you just need a pod. Have them drop the pod at your house, fill it up, they'll take the pod and put it into storage. There's a lot of different things that you can use. And so that takes us into the next one. If you are going to use a moving truck, number five, plan ahead. What we have seen so many times here in Colorado Springs, specifically around PCS season, right? U-Haul trucks can be tough to come by. Budget trucks, Penske trucks, whatever kind of vehicle you're thinking of using to move, make sure that you're planning ahead far enough that you can say, hey, I'm going to need a truck here because we have been known to run out. And as you can imagine, that's going to impact the price pretty dramatically. So make sure that you're planning ahead. Get that U-Haul, get that budget truck, and be ready to go. Also, think about rooms that you might need. I'm going to stop this many times before I get to my destination. You're planning for those rooms. Very few things can wreck a move than just not being prepared. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to get a room, and I'm not. So make sure you're doing that. If you need to rent a car, make sure that you're taking a look at that. Number 6, and this one's kind of unique, but we highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you can, go visit where you're going to move to. We've had a few people reach out to us here in Colorado Springs, and they've said, we haven't been there, but we know that's where we want to land, or we think that's where we want to land. We've had people reach out and say, we're trying to decide between Fort Collins, Denver, and Colorado Springs. Can you help us out? And we can. I think that's an awesome idea. But what I would do is, if you can, take a weekend and travel the city that you're going to be in. Because Denver, Fort Collins, and Colorado Springs are 3 very different places. And obviously, if you need help in Colorado, if you're going to Wyoming, we're not that much help. But if you're coming to Colorado, look us up. We would love to help you out any way that we can. Well, hey, as always, we hope you found value in today's content. We know that there's so much more that goes into an out-of-state move than just those 6 tips, but we hope that you found it valuable. It would mean the world to us if you went below and gave us a thumbs up on the video and liked today's content. It would mean even more if you went below and clicked on the bell and subscribed to our channel. We're putting out content every single week to help you make Colorado Springs feel like home. If you are thinking about making a move to the Colorado Springs area, you can go in the description of our video and you can get a free relocation guide. That's yours. It just gives you a little more information on some of the different areas in Colorado Springs that may fit your criteria and what you're looking for. We also have a link to our website down there, myfrontrangeliving.com. You can search for houses there. You can get some answers to questions here about Colorado Springs and find some great local hotspots that we like to frequent on a regular basis. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it. I'm Mark with the My Front Range Living team. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.